Listen closely. This isn't just another motivational talk. This is a reality check. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Let that sink in. If you keep waking up doing the same things, surrounded by the same habits, thinking the same lazy thoughts, and expecting life to suddenly hand you something better, forget it. It's not coming. Life doesn't reward hope. Life rewards change. Every single one of us is carrying around excuses like luggage. Too heavy, too unnecessary, too comfortable. But here's the truth. Your excuses don't pay bills. Your excuses don't get you stronger, smarter, richer, or freer. The only thing they do is keep you stuck. You want a different body? Then stop feeding yourself the same garbage. You want more money? Then stop wasting time on things that bring you zero value. You want respect? Then stop acting like you don't deserve it. You want peace? Then stop entertaining the same toxic people that drag you down every single time. The problem is not the world. The problem is not bad luck. The problem is not timing. The problem is you. And until you face that, nothing changes. Think about it. Every morning you wake up, you're given two choices: stay the same or step up. Most people choose comfort, and then they cry about how hard life is. You don't deserve more comfort. You deserve results. And results are on the other side of pain, sacrifice, and consistency. You don't need someone to save you. You don't need a miracle. What you need is discipline. What you need is hunger. What you need is to finally say, enough. Because here's the deal. Change is ugly. Change is lonely. Change is uncomfortable. But change is the only thing that can break the chains you've been dragging behind you for years. So stop waiting. Stop wishing. Stop thinking tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow isn't promised. Today is all you have. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you don't change, you'll stay stuck exactly where you are. Watching other people build the life you keep daydreaming about. It's your move, no one else's. Stop blaming luck, timing, or other people. Your life is your responsibility. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "If only I had better luck," or "If only the timing was right," or even worse, "If only that person didn't hold me back." These words sound harmless when you say them once or twice, but the truth is, they're poison. They eat away at your drive, your hunger, your ambition, until one day you realize you've been stuck in the same place for years, waiting for something outside of your control to change your story. Think about it. How many times do you see people stuck in the same job for 10 years, complaining that their boss never gave them a chance, when in reality, they never took the time to learn a new skill, to take a risk, to apply for something bigger. They keep blaming the system, blaming the company, blaming the boss, but never once blaming themselves. And what happens? 10 years fly by and nothing changes. You see, blaming luck is easy. It gives you an excuse to stay the same. It lets you sleep at night, believing that life just didn't favor you. But let's be honest. Luck is not holding you back. Your decisions are. Luck didn't tell you to waste hours scrolling on your phone instead of building something meaningful. Luck didn't tell you to spend money on things that give you nothing back while ignoring opportunities that could have changed your financial life. Luck didn't make you quit halfway when things got uncomfortable. You did that. Timing is another lie we sell ourselves. We say, "I'll start when the timing is right." But tell me, when is the timing ever perfect? Life never stops being messy. There's always bills to pay, responsibilities to handle, problems to solve. People who wait for the perfect moment spend their whole lives waiting. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment. They take the shot even when things aren't lined up perfectly. And that's why they win. And let's talk about blaming people. Maybe someone did hurt you. Maybe someone betrayed you. Maybe someone made your life harder than it had to be. That's reality, and it sucks. But if you let that be your story forever, you're letting them win twice. Once when they hurt you, and again every single day, you choose to carry that weight. People are going to disappoint you. People are going to leave you. People are going to laugh at you. But none of that gives them the right to control your future. The moment you stop saying, "They ruined my life," and start saying, "My life is in my hands," that's the moment things shift. Imagine two people start at the same place, both broke, both struggling, both with heavy baggage from their past. One decides to stay angry at the world, blaming parents, friends, the government, the economy. The other decides, "I can't control any of that, but I can control me." 10 years later, one is in the exact same spot, bitter and tired. The other may not be perfect, may not have it all, but they've built something better, step by step, because they refused to hand over responsibility. Responsibility is heavy, but it's also powerful. When you carry responsibility, you stop waiting. You stop begging for someone else to save you. You realize, if it's going to happen, it has to be you. And that thought alone can ignite fire inside you. Look at your own life right now. What do you complain about the most? Maybe you hate your body. Maybe you hate your financial situation. Maybe you feel like you're invisible, like nobody respects you. Ask yourself honestly, how much of that is someone else's fault? And how much of that is the choices you made every single day? Did someone else force you to skip the gym for the last 5 years? Did someone else force you to waste money on things that gave no return? Did someone else force you to settle for less because chasing more seemed too hard? Here's a simple truth. The life you have right now is the life you built, consciously or unconsciously. It's the sum of your decisions, your habits, your daily actions. If you don't like it, then blaming won't fix it. Change will. And I know some of you are thinking, but life is unfair. Yes, it is. Some people start with advantages. Some people start with disadvantages. But if you're breathing, you still have choices. You still have 24 hours in a day. You still have the power to decide what you do with the little you have. History is full of people who started with nothing, sometimes even less than nothing. But they refused to accept that as their destiny. What makes the difference is not luck, not timing, not other people. It's ownership. Ownership of your pain, your past, your failures, your future. Ownership means you look in the mirror and say, I put myself here, and I'm going to get myself out. Ownership means when you fail, you don't hide. You don't point fingers. You learn, you adjust, and you move forward. Ownership means you never give away the keys to your life to anyone else. When you take ownership, people might call you crazy. They might say, why are you working so hard? Why don't you just accept things as they are? But deep down, they wish they had your courage. Deep down, they wish they had the guts to stop making excuses. And here's the best part. Once you start owning everything, you stop feeling powerless. You stop waiting for luck, for the right time, for someone else to open the door. You build your own door. You build your own timing. And you realize luck was never the answer. So the next time you're about to say, I can't because, stop yourself. Replace it with, I will because it's my responsibility. Stop handing over control of your life to chance or to other people. This is your fight. This is your journey. Every decision you make is shaping your tomorrow. Blaming will never move you forward, but responsibility will. Comfort is the enemy. Results live in discipline, pain, and sacrifice. Let that hit you. Think about the times you chose the couch over the workout. the fast food over the meal you would fuel you better. The easy distraction over the difficult work. In the moment, comfort feels good. It feels safe. It feels rewarding. But later, comfort betrays you. Comfort gives you nothing but regret. Look at your life right now. Every area you're not proud of, every area you feel stuck in, it's tied to comfort, your body. If you're not happy with it, it's because comfort kept you from sweating, from pushing through soreness, from saying no to what tastes good but feels terrible later. Your career. If you're not where you want to be, it's because comfort kept you in the same routine. Scared to take risks, unwilling to learn new skills that would have taken you further. Your relationships. Maybe comfort kept you quiet when you should have spoken up, kept you passive when you should have fought to grow, or kept you tied to people who drain you because leaving felt too hard. Discipline is the opposite of comfort. Discipline is waking up when the alarm goes off, not when your body feels like it. Discipline is putting down the junk food and picking up what fuels you, even when cravings scream louder than logic. Discipline is studying when your friends are out, working when you're tired, building when no one is watching. It's unglamorous, it's repetitive, it's boring at times, but that's where results live. Look at anyone you admire, an athlete, an entrepreneur, an artist. Their success isn't built on comfort. It's built on thousands of hours of discipline, pain, and sacrifice. That runner you see breaking records. You don't see the mornings they ran in the rain, the days they trained with blisters, tearing open their feet, the nights they went to bed early while everyone else was partying. That CEO you look up to. You don't see the endless failures, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices of comfort, stability, and sometimes friendships. Success is never handed. It's earned in the dark, when no one's clapping for you. Pain is a teacher, and most people run from it. But pain shapes you. Pain is the gym for your character. You lift discomfort, and you grow stronger. You embrace sacrifice, and you learn value. Think about the last time you truly pushed yourself beyond your comfort zone. Maybe it was finishing a workout you wanted to quit. Maybe it was forcing yourself to speak in front of a crowd, even though your hands were shaking. Maybe it was staying up all night to finish something important. Didn't it change you? Didn't it leave you walking taller, prouder, more alive? Yet most people run from this. They run to comfort like it's their savior, not realizing it's their prison. Comfort tells you, take it easy, and you obey. Comfort tells you you've done enough, and you stop short. Comfort whispers, you'll have time tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, until you look back and realize your whole life slipped away while you were busy being comfortable. Comfort is addictive. It gives you short-term pleasure and long-term pain. Discipline is the opposite. It gives you short-term pain and long-term pleasure. The workout hurts now, but it feels incredible when you see your strength grow. The studying feels heavy now, but it feels unstoppable when you land the opportunity no one thought you could. The sacrifice of staying focused feels painful now, but it feels liberating when you look at what you've built. Here's the raw truth. If you are always comfortable, you are slowly dying. Your body atrophies without stress. Your mind weakens without challenges. Your spirit fades without battles. Growth lives where comfort dies. Think of the seed buried in soil. It doesn't grow in comfort. It grows by breaking, by pushing through darkness, by splitting open. Think of muscles. They don't grow by resting in comfort. They grow by tearing, by enduring pain, by being broken and rebuilt stronger. Think of your life. It will not grow if you keep protecting yourself from discomfort. Discipline means sacrifice. You sacrifice sleep for progress. You sacrifice entertainment for growth. You sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term power. And most people are unwilling to do this. That's why success is rare. That's why greatness stands out. Because the majority choose what feels good now over what feels good forever. Every day you have a choice. You can live like most people. Comfortable, entertained, distracted, soft. Or you can live like the few. Disciplined, focused, resilient, powerful. Comfort says, do what feels good now. Discipline says, do what creates pride later. So ask yourself, do you want comfort or do you want pride? Do you want to feel good for a moment? Or do you want to feel unstoppable for a lifetime when the alarm rings and your body screams, sleep? Discipline says, get up. When your mind says, I can't. Discipline says, try anyway. When life hands you pain, discipline says, keep moving. Comfort is your enemy. It pretends to protect you, but it keeps you small. Discipline is your ally. It hurts you, but it grows you. Pain will visit you no matter what. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Which weight do you want to carry? Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you rewrite your story. Every time you embrace pain and sacrifice, you step closer to results most people will never touch. Comfort is easy, but easy never built greatness. Discipline, pain, sacrifice. These are the builders of transformation. And until you accept that comfort is your enemy, you will always be chained to mediocrity. Excuses don't pay bills, don't change bodies, and don't build futures. Think about that for a second. Every excuse you've ever made has bought you nothing but more time in the same miserable place. Excuses sound nice when you say them out loud. They make you feel safe. They make you feel like it's not your fault. But when the rent is due, excuses don't show up. When you look in the mirror and hate the reflection, excuses don't fix it. When years go by and you're still dreaming instead of living, excuses are the only reason you're still stuck where you are. People say things like, "I'm tired," or "I don't have time," or "I'm not ready yet." And you know what? Are those words feel good in the moment? They let you off the hook. They let you relax while other people grind. But here's the truth. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Your landlord doesn't care that you were tired. Your boss doesn't care that you weren't motivated. Your body doesn't care that you didn't feel like working out. Results don't come from excuses. They come from action. Look at money, for example. Bills don't stop just because you have a bad week. Bills don't freeze because you weren't in the mood to work. Bills don't care that you didn't feel like picking up extra hours or starting that side hustle or learning that new skill. They keep coming every single month. And when they come, you can't pay them with words. You can't walk into the bank and say, "Sorry, I was too tired to work overtime." The bank doesn't care. Reality doesn't care. Excuses don't pay bills, discipline does. And when it comes to your body, the same truth applies. You can tell yourself, "I don't have time to exercise," or "I'll start next week," or "I can't afford a gym membership." But your body keeps the score. Your health doesn't pause because of your excuses. Your body reflects every choice you make. Every skipped workout, every late night binge, every excuse you gave yourself. 5 years later, you'll look in the mirror and see the results of your excuses. And trust me, you won't like what you see. Let's talk about your future. Excuses are future killers. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you rob your future self of progress. Every time you say, "I can't because," you slam the door on possibilities. Excuses make you feel safe today, but they make you pay tomorrow. Think about it. The person you want to be, the version of you that's stronger, richer, healthier, more respected. That person is waiting on the other side of your excuses. Daily life is full of proof. How many times do people say, "I would have gotten that promotion if my boss liked me more," instead of admitting they didn't put in the work to make themselves undeniable? How many times do people say, "I can't eat healthy because it's too expensive," while spending money on takeout, snacks, and things that give no value? How many times do people say, "I can't start that business because I don't have support," while wasting hours every night on TV shows and scrolling through social media? Excuses are just stories we tell ourselves to feel better about staying the same. But stories don't change outcomes. Only action does. You want to pay your bills? Get up earlier. Learn a new skill. Put in the work, even when you're tired. You want to change your body? Start moving. Start eating better, one choice at a time, even when it hurts. You want to build your future? Sacrifice the comfort today so you can enjoy freedom tomorrow. People don't fail because life is unfair. People fail because excuses are easier than effort. It's easier to say, "I don't have time," than to admit you wasted hours. It's easier to say, "I can't afford it," than to admit you chose convenience over investment. It's easier to say, "I don't know how," than to admit you've never tried. Excuses are easy, but easy doesn't get you anywhere. Think of the most successful people you admire. They had excuses too. They were tired, broke, unsupported, scared. But they didn't lean on excuses, they leaned on effort. They didn't ask, "Why me?" They asked, "Why not me?" And that's why their bills are paid. Their bodies are strong, their futures are secure. Look at yourself honestly. What excuses are you clinging to? I don't have time. But you binge shows for hours. I don't have money. But you spend it on things that bring no return. I don't have support. But you scroll social media, following people who don't care about your growth. The truth is, you don't lack time, money, or support. You lack ownership. You lack the refusal to settle for excuses. Excuses can make you comfortable for a moment, but they'll destroy you in the long run. Every time you make an excuse, you trade away progress. You trade away strength, growth, freedom, pride. And the saddest part, no one else pays the price but you. So remember this every time you're about to tell yourself, "I can't." Excuses won't put food on your table. Excuses won't transform your body. Excuses won't build your dream life. Only work, sacrifice, and relentless action will. Change is uncomfortable and lonely, but it's the only path to growth. Think about every single transformation you've ever seen in life. Was it easy? Was it smooth? Did it come with applause and support from everyone around you? No. Real change hurts. It feels like tearing away a piece of yourself, like walking into the unknown with no map, no light, and no guarantees. That's why most people run back to comfort, even when they hate comfort, because at least it feels familiar. But here's the truth. The version of you that you dream of becoming is standing on the other side of discomfort. And you will never reach them if you keep running back to what feels safe. Loneliness is part of it too. When you decide to change, don't expect a crowd cheering you on. Don't expect your friends to understand. In fact, expect the opposite. People will call you crazy for working harder than them. They'll call you arrogant for chasing more. They'll call you obsessed for saying no to the things they still cling to. It's lonely because while they're laughing and enjoying their comfort, you're grinding in silence, building something they can't see yet. You'll spend nights alone, questioning yourself, wondering if you're wasting your time. But those nights are the bricks of your future. Those nights are where strength is born. Look at the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. The process is not beautiful. It's painful, trapped in a cocoon, dissolving, breaking down everything it used to be. It's dark, it's silent, it's lonely. But on the other side of that suffering, something unrecognizable is born. Something powerful, something free. Humans are no different. Growth demands a cocoon stage. A stage where you are breaking down everything you used to be so you can step into who you're meant to become. Take fitness as an example. The first weeks in the gym are brutal. Your body aches in places you didn't know existed. You feel out of place. Watching others who seem stronger, more confident, more experienced. You walk home tired, sore, sometimes embarrassed. But if you stay, if you push through the discomfort and the loneliness, weeks later you start noticing strength. Months later, people notice transformation. Years later, you become the person who once intimidated you. Change is uncomfortable, but that discomfort is proof that you're breaking away from the old version of yourself. Consider someone trying to leave behind toxic friendships. At first, the loneliness feels unbearable. Suddenly, your weekends are empty. Your phone is silent. You feel like you've cut yourself off from the world. But what's really happening is you're making space. space for healthier connections, space for peace, space for growth. And even though it feels empty at first, over time that emptiness fills with people who truly support you, with habits that elevate you, with opportunities that would never have come if you stayed stuck with the wrong crowd. Career growth works the same way. Leaving a safe but soul-killing job to chase something bigger feels terrifying. You walk into uncertainty with no guarantee of success. Your coworkers may laugh. Your family may doubt you. You may even doubt yourself every single day. The money might be tight. The hours might be long. And the recognition non-existent. But months, maybe years later, when you've built skills, created opportunities, and earned the life you wanted, you'll look back and realize the discomfort was worth it. The loneliness was the price of freedom. What makes change so difficult is that it exposes you. It strips away the illusions you've been hiding behind. Change makes you face the truth that your old habits were weak, that your comfort zone was killing you, that your environment was keeping you small. And when you face that truth, it hurts. But that pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Pain is the signal that you're alive, that you're moving, that you're building something new. Most people want growth without the pain. They want results without the sacrifice. They want the finish line without running the race. But life doesn't work like that. Growth only comes when you pay the price. And the currency is discomfort, sacrifice, and loneliness. Think about how many people quit when it gets uncomfortable. They start something new. They get excited. But the moment it hurts, the moment it gets lonely, they say, "This isn't for me." They don't realize that discomfort is not a sign to quit. It's a sign you're on the right path. It's the body's way of telling you you're breaking through old limits. The gym hurts because your muscles are growing. Studying is boring because your mind is expanding. Leaving people behind is lonely because you're leveling up to a space they can't reach. Building discipline feels isolating because most people refuse to do it. Every time you feel uncomfortable, every time you feel lonely on your journey, remind yourself, this is the price. This is the cost of becoming someone new. And if it feels easy, if it feels comfortable, then you're not changing. You're just repeating. Life gives you two paths: the path of comfort or the path of growth. The path of comfort is crowded, full of people who settle, people who play safe, people who never break free. It feels warm, it feels safe, it feels friendly. But at the end of that path, you find regret. The path of growth is narrow, it's lonely, it's filled with obstacles. But at the end of that path, you find transformation. Change will test you. It will make you doubt yourself. It will strip away your excuses, expose your weaknesses, and demand sacrifices you didn't think you could make. But change is the only thing that will take you from who you are to who you want to be. And even though the journey is uncomfortable, even though it is lonely, the reward is becoming unrecognizable to the old version of yourself who once settled for less. If you don't move today, you'll stay stuck forever. Tomorrow isn't promised. That line isn't just a quote. It's a warning, a reminder that time doesn't wait for anyone. Every second that slips through your hands is a second you never get back. People love to tell themselves, "I'll start tomorrow," or "Next week I'll be ready," or "Someday I'll change." But here's the truth. Someday is a lie. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And the longer you wait, the deeper you sink into the same place you're desperate to escape from. Look at life for what it really is. None of us control the clock. You don't decide how many days you get. You don't get a notification saying, "You've got 50 years left, so relax." No. Life can pull the plug on you at any moment. Accidents happen. Opportunities vanish. Health can crumble. People disappear. Tomorrow is a fragile promise, and yet people gamble with it every day. They say, "I'll fix my health tomorrow," while eating junk today, forgetting that tomorrow they might not even wake up. They say, "I'll start that business next year," while another person starts it today and takes the opportunity right out of their hands. Think about it like being trapped in quicksand. The more you stand still, the deeper you sink. Waiting doesn't save you. Movement does. Every step you refuse to take today becomes the reason you're still stuck tomorrow. If you don't move, nothing changes. If you don't act, you rot in the same place. How many people do you know who always talk about what they're going to do? They have plans, they have dreams, they have intentions. But years later, they're still in the same job they hate, still carrying the same weight they said they'd lose, still making the same excuses. Why? Because they believed tomorrow would rescue them. They thought they had more time. But time is the most ruthless thief. It doesn't just take your minutes. It takes your potential. It takes your energy. It takes your dreams. Until one day you wake up realizing you wasted it all. Daily life is full of proof. Take fitness, for example. Someone says, "I'll start working out Monday." Monday comes, they say, "I'll start next Monday." Weeks pass, then months, then years, until one day they're staring at the mirror, unrecognizable, heavier, weaker, in pain. And now the climb is even harder, because the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is today. The longer they delay, the steeper the mountain becomes. Look at money. Someone says, "I'll start saving when I earn more." But when they earn more, they spend more. Tomorrow never comes. And by the time they finally realize, they're drowning in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, watching their future shrink, because they refused to take control today. Relationships tell the same story. People say, "I'll fix things with my family tomorrow," "Who I'll spend time with my kids next weekend," "Who I'll apologize later." Then suddenly, the chance is gone. Someone moves away, someone cuts ties, someone takes their last breath. Tomorrow didn't show up, and now they're left with guilt, wishing they had moved when they had the chance. This is the harsh reality. Life doesn't reward intentions, it rewards action. You don't get credit for saying, "You'll do something." You don't get stronger by planning to exercise. You don't get richer by thinking about saving. You don't build a future by dreaming. Action is the only currency that buys progress. And today is the only time you can spend it. People love to believe the future will magically be better, as if some miracle will appear and change everything. But if you don't take action today, the future will look exactly like the present. Just older, harder, and with less time to change it. Tomorrow doesn't rescue you, tomorrow repeats you. Think about the power of small actions. One workout today may not give you abs, but it sets a chain reaction. $1 saved today may not make you rich, but it plants the seed. One conversation today may not heal everything, but it opens the door. Action compounds, but so does inaction. Every day you choose not to move, you dig yourself deeper into the same hole. Ask yourself this: how many times have you said tomorrow and actually followed through? Be honest. Most of the time, tomorrow is just a shield for fear, laziness, and procrastination. It's a lie we tell ourselves to feel better about doing nothing. It's easier to say tomorrow than to face the truth that if you really cared, you'd start now. People fear failure, so they push it off to the future. But failure is part of the process. You won't get it perfect the first time. You won't have it all figured out. But starting today puts you in the game. Waiting only guarantees you stay on the sidelines while others score. Look at students who delay studying. They say, "I'll do it later." Then later comes and the pressure is doubled. Stress, panic, regret. All because they thought tomorrow would save them. And life works the same way. The longer you delay growth, the heavier the price becomes. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Will you be proud of the fact that you started today? Even if you were scared, even if it was hard? Or will you be looking back, full of regret, wishing you had moved when you had the chance? Or that's the choice you're making every time you say, tomorrow. You're either investing in your future self or betraying them. Here's the raw truth: life doesn't wait for your readiness. The clock is ticking whether you act or not. Opportunities don't pause for you. Health doesn't pause for you. Your future doesn't pause for you. And if you don't move today, you'll wake up one day realizing tomorrow never came. And all you're left with is wasted time and wasted potential. So when you feel that urge to wait, when you hear yourself whisper, tomorrow, remember this: tomorrow isn't promised. And every second you wait is a second you never get back. You either move now or you stay stuck forever. Listen to me carefully, because this is the part where everything either clicks inside you or it just fades away like every other speech you have ever heard. You've been waiting for a sign, waiting for someone to give you permission, waiting for the right time. But here is the brutal truth: the right time never comes. The perfect moment doesn't exist. If you sit around waiting for stars to align, you will be sitting in the same place 10 years from now, with nothing but regret as your closest companion. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And your life will not magically rewrite itself unless you decide to pick up the pen. You see, life isn't about getting what you think you deserve. It's about demanding what you want through your actions. Everyone loves to talk about what they want. People say they want success, they want love, they want respect, they want freedom. But when it comes time to do the work, to show up consistently, to bleed for it, to sacrifice sleep, to say no to comfort, to be the one who keeps going when everyone else quits, that's when most people disappear. Words are cheap. Action is the only currency the universe accepts. So let me ask you right now, what are you doing with your days? Are you really building something? Or are you just scrolling, just talking, just pretending? You say you want to change your body, but you skip workouts the moment it gets uncomfortable. You say you want to grow your business, but you waste your nights binge watching shows that add nothing to your life. You say you want respect, but you treat yourself like you don't deserve any. You can't lie to yourself and expect to win. Life doesn't hand trophies to pretenders. It only hands them to those who earn it through sweat and sacrifice. The truth is, there will never be a day when you feel fully ready. There will never be a day when the fear goes away. You'll always feel a little scared, a little unsure, a little unprepared. And that's exactly when you need to move. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward, even when fear is screaming in your ear. Discipline is not about loving the grind. It's about showing up even on the days you hate it. Greatness is not about being gifted. It's about refusing to quit when everything in you wants to stop. Think of the people you admire, the names you remember, the stories that inspire you. None of them got there by accident. None of them were handed the life they dreamed of. They built it, brick by brick, mistake by mistake, failure by failure. They embraced the pain. They took the punches. They fell down 100 times, but kept rising one more. While most people were sleeping, they were working. While most people were complaining, they were creating. While most people were settling, they were rising. The difference between them and the rest isn't talent. It's persistence. It's the refusal to accept average. It's the fire that says, I will not stop until I become who I know I can be. And this is where you have to look at yourself in the mirror. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who spent their whole life wishing, hoping, waiting, regretting? Or do you want to be the one who finally decided to break the cycle, to change, to fight, to push past every excuse, to take control? The person who turned their pain into power, their struggle into strength, their setbacks into fuel. That choice is yours and only yours. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you your dream. If you don't take the first step, you will stay stuck in the same place, living the same story, repeating the same excuses, until life runs out. Every time you feel like quitting, remember this: pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Every time you feel like giving up, remind yourself that comfort is a slow killer. It suffocates your potential little by little, until nothing is left but a shell of who you could have been. Every time you feel like you can't, prove to yourself that you can. Because strength doesn't come from what you can already do. It comes from breaking through what you thought you couldn't. Discipline doesn't come from motivation. It comes from building habits that carry you through the days when you don't feel like moving at all. So, when you wake up tomorrow, when that alarm clock rings, you'll face the choice again. Stay the same or change. Complain or create. Quit or push. Waste or build. And if you choose the same as yesterday, then tomorrow will look exactly like today. But if you choose change, if you choose discipline, if you choose growth, then every single day becomes a step closer to the life you've been dreaming of. Nothing changes if nothing changes. But the moment you change, everything around you shifts. Doors open. Opportunities appear. Respect grows. Confidence rises. And you finally realize that you were the one holding the key all along. Stop waiting for miracles. Be your own miracle. Stop waiting for motivation. Be your own motivation. Stop waiting for someone to push you. Push yourself harder than anyone else ever could. Stop asking. Stop wishing. Stop doubting. Start moving. Start building. Start becoming. And remember this forever. The world doesn't reward the ones who almost tried. It rewards the ones who never stopped. You were not born to stay the same. You were born to evolve, to grow, to conquer. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and today is the only day that matters. Now is the time. And you are the one who decides what happens next.